I suppose when we meet Tim, he's a young man. He's 21. He's a happy sort of a guy. His base level is pretty happy. Default setting is pretty, content with life. But he doesn't have a girlfriend, and he's very awkward with the ladies, and is already looking for love, kind of thing, at 21. As far as I was concerned, I read the script and I loved it and everything. I just thought never in a million years. I had a very big beard at the time. I was doing Anna Karenina. I had this huge beard and long hair, and I looked quite bedraggled. And met him, and I was just happy to meet. I mean, the guy who made the films, but also the guy who did Blackadder and Mr. Bean. And, a proper legend. The man who writes some of the funniest stuff in the world. And I was just really happy to meet him. And he was so lovely. Immediately, I realised that his films aren't a thing that he makes because he thinks people will like them necessarily. His films are exactly like Richard. I mean, full of heart and full of love and full of generosity, and with a few he's got a nasty sense of humour, which is great. He's kind of got this, he can really, really tell a really kind of a appalling joke out of nowhere, and you love it even more because it comes from this gorgeous man. I think the film is probably the most personal one he's written. That's how it feels to me. The first time I met him, he told me it was the last one he was going to direct, and it was a real shock. But I think it's for the same reasons. I mean, what they talk about in the film, family and making time to enjoy and appreciate the short amount of time that you have. These are things that he really cares about. This isn't something he does for films. It's something that really matters to him, and so he wants to be around his family and to enjoy being alive and not being stressed on a film set and all those sort of things. So, I'll be very sad if it's the last film he does, but I'll understand. I think everybody knows that Rachel is a brilliant actress. I absolutely loved her as an actress. Like, really loved her work before I knew she was cast, or before I knew I was going to be working with her. So I was just incredibly excited when Richard told me she was doing it, because she always brings reality to whatever she's doing. So it doesn't feel like it's a over the top. If it's romance, it doesn't feel like unrealistic romance. It always feels like, what's exciting about it is that it feels real. That's really what it had to be between. It had to feel like a real relationship. So I was so happy when I found out she was cast. The fact that time is made for love, that you have to make time for love in your life. You have to make time for the small moments that add up to a life, that you have to enjoy them while they're happening and acknowledge that they're there and kind of rejoice in them. Hopefully the film will just say to people again, look around you and look at the good things that you have and appreciate them, because not everybody is as lucky as everybody else to have them. So hopefully what people will take from the film is a feeling of warmth, having had a lot of laughter and all the rest of it, but also appreciating the people that you have and the time that you have, as much as you can while you have it, because it doesn't last forever.